Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to discuss the most fun game mode of PUBG, which is Squads. Though fun, it comes with many challenges, so here are my do's and don'ts to improve your gaming experience. If you're like the many players who prefer early fight, this one is for you. In the first few seconds of the chaos, purely focus on grabbing your gun and supporting your first teammate struggling to find the gun, or being punched or being pushed. Please do not focus on the loot in the first minute of the game. You either fight and survive that first minute, or you all die and restart the game, which is fine. Simply put, survive together or die together. Once that first wave of chaos settles, this is where smart play comes into action. One common mistake I see frequently happening is that bad teams don't share the loot between each other. Especially on a hot drop, that can be a major hit for the team, since the need for meds is critical for your next offensive and defensive to recover fast and keep contributing in the fights. Healing up. Anyone needs a first aid?
Yep.
I can give one. Earl, come to me. The morale and confidence of a person with no early loot gets drained really quickly, especially when that person is debating whether to use their only first aid or not, when the other teammate is sitting on 10 first aids. And we've all been in such situations due to PUBG's NRG, where one can land on 4 first aids in one house and the other can search 4 houses to get 1 first aid. Don't forget that bandaging up to 75% takes you approximately 18 seconds, which means that the team is slowed down by almost 1/3 of a minute, when it can be reduced to 6 seconds if the loot is being shared. So please, don't be the greedy teammate.
Bruh.
A similar mistake I commonly see happening is not calling out loot. Helmets and vests are essential in PUBG and can be game changers. If you're not calling them, you're already putting your team at a disadvantage. It is always easier and faster to ping or call a helmet to than to wait for someone to ask for it, because that reduces overall early talk when sound cues are extremely critical to win the hot drops. Same can be debated about common loot, like calling an SMG, a shotgun, or an AR, since sometimes you drop on your least favorite gun in the first minute. One common practice when playing with players you are not familiar with is to ask prior to the drop about their favorite guns to smoothen out the looting experience and move faster around the city once the hot drop ends. Once the hot drop is done, the common reaction these days is to collect chips and go for the nearest blue chip tower. To make it a smoother experience, whenever you get the chance, collect the chips along the way. That reduces the research time at later stages. The crates now land way faster and take a couple of seconds to be called in. In this part, we are going to discuss how to behave in hot drops as a team. Rule number 1. Do not cry like a baby if you get knocked and flushed when you're completely bailing your teammates to try to 1v4 other squads. If you like to rage, make sure to mute yourself. Get that anger out without impacting your teammates' gameplay. So if your goal is to be a hero on hot drops, play solo squads. Do not be the selfish person and ruin other people's fun just so you can have fun on your own with the mentality of my teammates should revive me, which leads to pacing and momentum. Not every player has the same pace of the group, especially in teams that do not play too much together. If you are the aggressive player and the one that no one is catching up to, slow down your gameplay to match theirs. It is not humanly possible that they will catch up to you because they have not learned how to play like that yet, which leads to the idea of sync between players. The biggest and common mistake in squad is turning 4v1 situations into 1v4-1s situations, where the first player goes to fight alone, gets knocked, makes the other rush, another one gets knocked, and now it's a 2v1, with high risk and stress. This happens more commonly than not, and is the reason why many of the YouTube clips happen. Always remember that a squad's game is about the overall fun and shared experience, not one person's fun above all. Otherwise, again, solo squads or solos, no one is forcing you to play with teammates. To keep your team in sync, this is where the role of IGLs come into action, to control the pace and improve team play. Teams who do not have one person taking the majority of the calls suffer a lot in PUBG. Ego comes to play and things go south really quick. In a good team, where everyone is on the same page, IGL's decisions are to be respected and taken seriously. When the IGL says push, the whole team pushes, and when they say hold, everyone plays defensive. That scenario becomes more natural once team chemistry builds up after many games together as a team, to a point where very well synced teams can keep nice tempo between each other without the IGL saying a single word. When playing with randoms, if no one is taking IGL role, and if you have the confidence to do it, always do it. It will build up your inner IGL and make you a better player overall.
last guy is in the cafe building on yellow.
Now that we have covered the basics, and to avoid repeating previously made videos, I'm going to highlight lightly comms between team members. Since comms can become chaotic, especially when too much action is happening, try to keep talking to the minimum and use markers. Stuff like on me, contact, behind the tree, yellow ping are way more informative than full sentences. As I always say, unlock your caveman talk. The goal is to be short and precise to avoid killing external sound cues. When you need sound, the common word is comms, and then everyone else should turn into less talk mode. Keep in mind that if you always ping before you shoot, your team will help you on time, instead of shooting, getting knocked, and then marking. Do not worry about the kills, since at the end of the day, if you are a good player, you will secure more kills on the long run if you stay alive. Again, concise, precise, and pings is all it takes. Many players assume that their role in the game ends when they are dead, which is completely untrue. Let's explore the principle of 4 eyes and ears in PUBG. The biggest help as a spectator is to use your ears and eyes to point out things that your engaged teammate is missing. Provide them with caveman comms when you feel like there are dangers around them that they aren't reacting to. Sometimes visual cues are clearer for the person spectating because they have the time to explore areas on the screen that the person playing is not exploring, like edges and so on. FOV can play a major reason why some players see more than others. And finally, having better audio gear than your teammate, which allows you to hear further away. Always tell the person on a push about their throwables and bullets in the mag, and support them while looting to point out what they are missing. You can do that by pressing the tab button when they are over a crate. As stupid as it sounds, many people forget that they are stacked with grenades or that they need to reload their guns. Motivational words can also be extremely handy, like great shots, and most importantly, do not forget to always mention who you are spectating, otherwise you can cause more chaos and confusion than good. In conclusion, as a spectating teammate, your role in the game is as vital as the actual player. Accepting that not every game is your game is a great way to keep your play healthy. Some players will purposely try to ruin the game for others because they couldn't participate in the fun. So they end up just sending it or start shooting at anything randomly, putting themselves and the team in a bad situation. Remember that you may not have gotten lots of damage or kills because you were too busy being the support player by reviving your teammates, getting the car, flanking, scouting, etc. Your plays made the team win at the price of you not having the highest kills. But trust me, you were the real MVP in that game. When pushing on stairs, do not block yourself. Just run and gun. Make sure to have an SMG or a shotgun for smoother movement. Once you block the stairs, you are all dead. Keep an eye on the yellow guy. You can see that he kept running even though he was losing lots of health. That's exactly how you should be pushing buildings. Multiple car rotations are always preferable. 2 cars is the best to be able to do drive-bys smoothly and to avoid an MG3 or an M249 destroying you all. It also gives you more flexibility when crashing compounds to survive, since the team will be forced to cover many different angles. However, you can also play stupid like we do. They have a car here.
What?
No, I swear to God, no. Oh my God, 146 spray. Don't be a linear player. When you get knocks and want to push, always think of ways to trick your enemies by opening unorthodox angles and flanking smart. But don't overdo it, because sometimes they can read your play and catch you off guard on your own and you die instantly. Utility dumps are way more powerful than people think. Throw it all, and in many cases, you will get knocks and damage and win fights, since your enemies are distorted and trying to find themselves in the middle of the chaos that you just made. Nice. Avoid playing with randoms at all costs, because playing with bad players who have no microphones and any game sense will never make you a better player. So always stick to playing with friends or find yourself an online community on a Discord or so on. At least you are sure that everyone has a microphone and you can improve your playstyle with time. Build friendships with the team you are playing with constantly. Greater chemistry will improve your overall game, since trust is a major factor in PUBG, even if you all suck at gaming. To my final tips. If you have one knock, don't stupidly push, since a 3v4 is still an easy fight. If you are forced to push in the open, try to get at least 2 knocks and put plenty of smokes to cover for your push. Otherwise, you're the next person to be knocked. In other words, engage your brains when playing PUBG. To follow up on that, in the late game, focus on the team that has the position that you want and aggressively put all your forces on securing it. Don't chase the easy kills if they aren't your way to victory. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.
That card.